Let's break down all of the Modern Warfare 3 Zombies gameplay features, from the map, upgrades, Easter eggs, the ray gun returning, different boss zombies, and much more. Now first, Modern Warfare 3 Zombies is made by Treyarch and is not round-based. That will be returning for Black Ops 2024, but for now, it's a mixture of Outbreak and DMZ, just as we expected. It's going to take place on the new Warzone map Las Almas, which we saw previously teased, and that will be fully revealed very soon. It's going to be a spin-off or a continuation of the Dark Aether storyline from Cold War Zombies, although this game takes place after the next Black Ops game is supposedly taking place, so it's going to be weird how they tell the storyline. This might be more of a spin-off or a separate story, but it's still in the same Dark Aether universe. It's based around Ethereum, of course, from that game. We'll see some more story details revealed very soon. And Kevin Drew from the Treyarch Zombies team gave the presentation on the mode to the influencers last week, so it seems like they're taking this a bit more serious than Vanguard Zombies. I don't think this mode's going to be, better than Cold War Zombies, better than any of the Black Ops zombie games, but this should still be a decent and formidable mode to play to hold us over until, again, Black Ops 2024. Now, in this mode here, we have 24 players per game with teams of 6. Very interesting stuff here. So being able to play with 5 other friends is super, super cool. It's player versus environment only. You're not fighting each other. Again, this is a mixture of Outbreak and DMZ, but it's more like Outbreak to where you're just fighting zombies and other AI. You're not fighting other players, which is pretty good to see overall. It would be way too hectic fighting other players as well. There's a very similar mission menu to DMZ as well in this mode, so you'll be able to, select your missions, complete different side quests while playing on the map. You'll get points from these missions as well. You'll be able to unlock stuff. So again, think about a combination of DMZ and Outbreak. It's exactly what you think it might be here. Sounds super, super cool. What those exact missions might be, we'll find out very soon, but that's pretty cool to see. Now, what is returning from Cold War Zombies? Because we have Treyarch coming in here and continuing the Dark Aether story and bringing a heavy Cold War zombie vibes. This is not Vanguard Zombies. We're going to have boss zombies from Cold War, such as the Abominations, Mimics, Russian Mangler, Kranzy Soldat, Hellhounds, all other Cold War zombie types. We're going to have the Juggernog returning, other perks as well, Pack Punch Machine, Wall Buys, the Mystery Box, buy stations to get equipment and weapons, ammo crates, Easter eggs are there as well. I mean, this is much more similar to Cold War Zombies than it is, honestly, to any other Modern Warfare universe. It's almost like Cold War Zombies, but with DMZ elements, pretty much, which is super, super cool to see. Now, for the actual gameplay here, when you load into Modern Warfare 3 Zombies, you spawn in on the outskirts of the map. This is a low-threat area. Other squads will infill around the map, but in separate areas, also similar to DMZ as well. There will be zombies and AI soldiers fighting you in these areas. Their health will be very low. It's going to be very easy to loot up, kill them with ease. It's not going to be too difficult there. Think of this area as like the lower rounds 1 through 5 pretty much. Now, the farther you go into the map, you enter the main infection zone, or the high threat zone, where there are no AI soldiers. It's just boss zombies, and they get more and more difficult as you go in. That's where you'll face hordes of zombies, all different bosses, all different crazy missions will go on there. So that's where it's going to get really intense, which is super, super cool. Now, some of the main objectives of MW3 Zombies is to, again, complete your missions, collect essence, use that to upgrade your items, upgrade to more difficult areas, general stuff similar to what we're doing in DMZ, you're doing here in this Zombies mode. Now, there's also a main storyline aspect as well that goes into 3 main acts, and at the end of each act, there are more linear missions to complete in a separate smaller map outside of the main large map. So at the end of Act 1, let's say, you're going to go to a separate smaller linear style mission where Treyarch's going to tell a closer story, and you're going to be able to do just little different tasks and stuff. It's just going to be your squad. That's going to be more like a Zombies campaign type of vibe. At least that's what the sound of it is. And then you're going to get a cutscene at the end of that unique mission. Now, in this storyline, you're a part of Operation Deadbolt, who are sent in to contain the incursion and stop Terminus Outcomes, the enemy team, who are the AI enemy soldiers and the people who, again, started this zombie incursion there. So kind of like Requiem were the good guys from Cold War, and Omega Group were the bad guys from that past game. So overall, in this game here, again, it's a DMZ style format, so the whole game lasts for an hour. You're going to infill, loot, complete missions, complete the storyline, etc., and then exfil whenever you want. But there's only going to be an hour, so at the end of that hour, the Aether storm will come in, and you'll be forced to exfil. There'll be a final exfil. It'll get hectic. It's going to be, again, a similar vibe to DMZ. Now, there are some new features revealed as well. We have acquisitions, which you pretty much get by completing different missions and contracts, or just by exploring the map. For example, an acquisition can be a Juggernog can or a ray gun weapons case, and what you could do is exfil with the item and then use it at the beginning of your next game for a head start. So if you find that Juggernog can, you could infill with that acquisition, and then you'll spawn in with Juggernog off the bat. Or again, the ray gun weapons case, you'll spawn in with a ray gun. Now, obviously, that's extreme there. Most of the acquisitions you find will probably be very general perks and different weapons and items. And obviously, the more rare acquisitions will give you an even better head start, and those will probably be hard to come by, or you'll get them by completing very difficult missions. But what they also have here are schematics, which you could find in game and probably unlock from different missions as well. Those are used to permanently craft one of the acquisitions in the game. So let's say you find the schematic to the Juggernog can. Once you get that, you'll be able to spawn in with Juggernog every time. Now, there is a cooldown timer similar to your insured slot in DMZ. Again, you have to think about this mode being a mixture of DMZ and zombies. So obviously, a Juggernog schematic might be overpowered, but with the cooldown timer, it's not going to be too overpowered to where you're spawning in every single game. You'll have to wait a little bit, but it still will be pretty useful. There's also a ray gun schematic as well, which sounds insane. Hopefully that is insanely hard to get only by completing the craziest Easter egg or completing the craziest challenge. And of course, there's cooldown timers on that, so it should try to nerf that a little bit. But, you know, that sounds wild. There was also a gold case with a ray gun in it as well as one of the items there. That, you know, a lot of crazy stuff. So, again, I like this new system. It sounds cool. I just hope it's not too overpowered. But it's a similar thing to DMZ, to where you're going to be scavenging the entire map, looking for these cool acquisitions, looking for the even better schematics to always have that item in your game whenever you want. You'll be able to complete missions to probably decrease the cooldown timer. I mean, it really is a mixture of DMZ and zombies, which in my head sounds super sick. Now, of course, will this be the same as classic Treyarch Black Ops Zombies? Will it be the same as a classic round-based map? No, but it sounds exciting. It sounds cool. I don't mind a different experience this year holding us over until Black Ops 2024. I do hope that Treyarch isn't being forced heavily to like waste all of their resources on this, and I hope they're still developing their Black Ops game, and that development is still going well. I feel like they're still doing well. I mean, they probably would have had around 4 years, right, for Black Ops 2024, even though they had to stop and make Vanguard Zombies. Very small amount of their studio doing that, but they did have to do that. They've had to make ranked play for like every single Call of Duty, so a little bit of their studio has been doing that as well, and they're making zombies for MW3 as well. I mean, their studio is always being shipped away because they have to help every year with a different project, so it's not like they have their full undivided attention to Black Ops 2024, but for the most part, I think they've had more than enough time to make their Black Ops game. I'm not too concerned about them wasting their time on MW3 Zombies. I still think Black Ops 2024 Zombies will be a ton of fun, so that's why I'm excited to play this year's iteration of Zombies. Check out what we have here, and it'll bring us right into Black Ops next year. So let me know down below your opinions on Zombies. Be sure to subscribe for the latest COD updates. We'll be doing more MW3 Zombie videos in the future. Shout out to the YouTube channel members as always, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, guys.